Welcome to the Music Retail Show. Fun, engaging, educational conversations for the musical instrument community. The Music Retail Show is brought to you by MIRC LLC, providing solutions for the musical instrument community by being a reliable source for diverse music products. If you need inventory for your music store, pawn shop, or e-commerce site, go to mircweb.com to find out more.
All right, it's the final day of Summer NAMM 2021. We've been doing episodes all day long, but guess what? We saved the best for last. So we've got Andrew Swift here and Tony Graham here from EMD. Two good friends of ours. Actually, I just lied. Andrew, we know very well. Tony just met you for the first time.
Oh, I feel like a good friend.
That's right.
You guys
That's right. We're all good friends.
The companies have been friends for years.
That's right. That's exactly right. So, but Tony, great to meet you.
Thank you.
Andrew, always great to see you.
You guys too.
Man, thanks for sitting down with us.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah. So, how's the show going?
You know, it's been it's been a good show as far as NAMM really making the effort, I think, to bring the industry back together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, we're not going to lie. There's less vendors here than there is normally, but I think the dealer attendance is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We're not exhibiting at this show, but we have one of our local reps that is.
Okay.
And she has her own booth for her own brands that she does. She's an independent rep, and she represents 3 brands. And she's had a super busy show for the local market.
Great.
And we really appreciate what we can give her a plug. Wendy. Yeah, Wendy's got a great Nashville rep that we have here. So she's done a good job and seen a lot of good industry people around.
Okay.
It's been fun.
NAMM had a huge challenge to put this together, and I'm impressed with what they've done. It's a difficult undertaking in the current day and age to make a trade show where a bunch of people can get together, but we've all done this for so many years. We all missed it over the last 18 months, and I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, I think the thing is, I mean, it would have been really easy not to do it, and just to cancel the show and say we're not going to have a Summer NAMM. 2 years in a row, the industry needed this. It's all about relationships,
That's right.
personalities, and we needed this, and it's been fun. So glad. It's a stepping stone towards winning NAMM, obviously, in January, and we are definitely signed up for that and ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
But 2022.
That's right. But what you said is true, man. Relationship or connecting is pretty much what everybody said. I think a lot of people were on the edge. Hey, am I coming? Am I not going? Or who's going to be there? And everybody who's I've spoken to said, man, I'm so glad I came because I've connected with everybody. A little bit more laid back of an atmosphere so you can have longer conversations, a little bit more intimate conversations. And I think NAMM did an excellent job. So
Yeah, the industry is about the people, and the people want to get together. We're all social creatures.
Can't stop that.
And we all we get into this business because we like the music, we like the instruments. We like doing this kind of stuff, and we're back and doing it again, and that's we're lucky to be here.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
Now, did you guys have a pretty good response? Did you participate in the virtual NAMM back in January?
We didn't sign up for the package.
Okay.
But we did have a page where we uploaded catalogs, documents, etc. So dealers could at least download the information.
Okay.
And we did, a few meetings online. We didn't kind of proactively participate from that perspective, as far as, what some of the other companies did. But I think in an ideal world, you'd do both.
Yeah.
We've all got social media channels and websites, etc. these days, and we've got a great dealer portal where the dealers can get a lot of the information from.
Mm-hmm.
But it also, I think, it was good from a vendor perspective, but I think the real good thing about that particular virtual show was the consumer experience as well, because it essentially opened it up to the world.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously when it's in California, you get local people who get in through somebody they know maybe. But the fact that people all over the world could log in and get all the information was a good thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So did you guys have had a good year so far? I know last year was a challenge. Andrew, I can't remember the last time you were on the podcast when it was, but it's been a year and a half ago.
Year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that.
So I'm sure things have changed and a lot has happened since then. So just a real quick, give me an idea how last year was for you and how you guys adapted to everybody thinking it was going to shut down and completely go to nothing to, okay, no, reverse that. Everybody can't get enough guitars because the demand grew so fast.
Totally.
But that's when you realize you're running a company and you
Yeah.
gotta keep your head above water. So, we briefly laid some staff off, but I think that only lasted for about 2 months.
Yeah.
Because the business came back really strong, because one of the positive things for the entire industry about the pandemic climate is a lot of people started playing instruments. We've got a lot of first-time players. We've got a lot of people that if it was a hobby, if they were a professional, they went back to it. And hopefully they all stick around and they keep playing instruments and more for our sake buying instruments.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I mean, to add to that, I mean, Q2 obviously was tough. Yeah, I mean, that's when the stores were closed, and the online business was through the roof, of course, and they couldn't even really keep up, a lot of them. But once the independents started opening up again, Q3 and Q4 was absolutely fantastic for us. I mean, between August and December, we had 4 out of those 5 months were literally in our top 5 best months in the last 5 years.
Yes.
And then kind of rolling it over into 2021. I mean, we've seen it again. I mean, the first quarter was okay, but April, we had our best month in 10 years.
Yeah.
In April. And remember, the stock situation going on right now is not pretty. So, it's kind of a feast or famine when you get containers in. But we've seen some unbelievable business, especially, like you say, with guitars and amplifiers.
Yeah, and I know some of the industries, talking to people, band instruments kind of took a tank, because, kids couldn't go to classrooms.
Yeah.
And, live reinforcement kind of took a hit. But a lot of that stuff is starting to turn around right now. Do you have some of the brands that you carry touching some of those areas?
yeah, we participate in those categories. We do a lot of brass and woodwind under the Stag brand, and under our Levante, which is an EMD brand, but it's a step-up product. And then in pro audio stuff, we have stuff under the Stag brand, and then we also do Laney and HH Audio. And we've seen that exactly
Nady
what you
as well.
said.
Nady Wireless.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've seen exactly what you said, whereas, the performance aspect of it and the school aspect of it took a big dip, but then, now it's starting to come back, and hopefully it comes back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody's dying to kind of maybe get out and watch some shows, and people are willing to put some gear in a van and go play some shows.
Yeah.
And I think you're exactly
we've
right.
seen that even the last couple of months. We've seen our numbers on drums and pro audio really ramp up as the states are opening up again. Live music's happening again. It's very obvious that people are playing. Finally buying drums again.
So, what are some of the new brands that you guys have been working with? I know there might be a few additions to EMD.
Totally. I mean, if we kind of stick with the guitar brands for a minute, or the guitar and folk brands, I mean, the newest one is Crafter.
Okay.
And that came on board. We signed a distribution agreement exclusive for the US, and actually some parts of Western Europe as well, because we're a global brand. And in January, we just got our first shipment of Crafter guitars in this month. So for people that don't know, I mean, Crafter's been around since 1972.
Okay.
They're a Korean guitar company. They understand acoustic structure and manufacturing, and they make an exceptional quality product at a really good price point. So it's something, we have our Stag brand, and we've been looking for a step-up acoustic guitar line now for a few years. And we've seen globally the impact that Crafter's had. They had no distribution in the US. It's basically been vacant for 10 years.
Okay.
They've been concentrating on other markets. So it was available, and we got it. So
Man, they look beautiful. I'm looking at the website right now.
They're
just looking
stunning.
At some of the,
yeah, and they got some beautiful, high end. The thing about Crafter is they're very, very particular about the quality of the woods that they use.
Okay.
So, for example, like the tops on the guitars, they'll use an Engelmann spruce. It's not just a regular spruce top; it's an Engelmann spruce, or it's an African mahogany. And the inlays are beautiful, the action's beautiful. There's no sharp frets or anything. It's exceptional quality, but at a great price. I mean, the guitars that we have in typically street between $200 and $700.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right in that sweet spot.
And you look at, if that had a different name on the headstock, mentioning no names, it would be double the price, right? So it's it's
Nobody does that, Tony.
Okay. Anyway, so guys listening, they should definitely check out Crafter Guitars.
Yes, absolutely.
We had 3 models come in. We got a container due in a couple of months,
Okay.
and then we got another container coming in later in the year. So we're excited to expand the dealer base.
So you guys are pioneering the Crafter brand in the United States.
Well, I wouldn't say pioneering.
They had their own presence. They had their own office here that shut down a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of customers are familiar with the brand. A lot of consumers are familiar with the brand. On the worldwide market, it's incredibly strong, but they wanted the right distribution partner here, and they deemed us to be that.
Yeah.
We're flattered, and we're happy to be part of that family.
The good thing about it as well is you talk to dealers who've been in the industry a while, and they all say, "Oh yeah, I remember Crafter.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to them?"
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I did well with that brand.
Yeah.
So it's actually, we're not really having to pioneer it. We're just reminding people about it, and hey, it's back,
Yes.
and it's exciting. It's been
Okay.
received really well.
Yeah. Very cool. What else you got going on?
Admira.
Admira. Yes.
Admira classical guitars. So these guys go way back to the mid 1940s, and if anybody's been to music stores in Europe, it's flooded with Admira classical guitars. I
Okay.
believe it's the largest classical brand in Europe, and obviously you can probably tell from my accent I'm not from around here, but I was in a retail store in England 25
didn't
years
notice.
ago. Most people think I'm Australian, but
I thought you were from Texas.
Oh.
Are you really? You're not?
Northwest Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
West
I was
Oklahoma.
close.
I knew that.
But seriously, if you've been to stores in Europe, I mean, Admira is the brand to have
Yeah.
in the classical market, and it's really just a matter of dealers, understanding what the brand is, and as soon as they get it in, they see the value. And the biggest selling point with it is the majority of the line is made in Spain.
Okay.
So we have, Spanish-made guitars starting at about $250 street price.
Yeah.
And solid tops at $350.
Yeah.
So for anybody listening, you want solid top made in Spain, you know where to come.
That's right. I've actually played several of the guitar models, obviously,
Yeah.
we've gotten. And, man, I think they're a wonderful guitar. I was a little surprised. I had not heard of Admira until recently. And then, obviously, it's a guitar that we love to sell.
They stayed out of the North American market, I think, because they were concerned that they wouldn't be able to back up the the production. But now they feel they've scaled to a point that, we can handle North America now, and we're very happy to have this line.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. And of course, the Stag. I think you guys went back and kind of restructured your electrics. I don't know, a couple years ago.
Well, actually, we did some more for this year.
Okay.
Or was it last year? We actually kind of restructured our electric line. We moved to some more Polonia bodies, so we're doing lighter weight instruments. We went into some roasted maple necks. The Stag electrics and basses have kind of been revamped. Traditional designs with a little bit of our spin on them. We're doing a lot more coil tap, a little interesting electronic tweaks on some things, and some different finishes. It's going really well for us. Electric guitar sales pretty much doubled since we brought out the new line, and now we're happy. Customers are happy, and they're moving through.
Yeah, the vintage that vintage T series, I think that looked great. You guys put that P90 up in the front. Maybe not on all the models, but I love that P90 that's put up in that front, and that Telly style body. And dude, it looks killer, man. The finishes look great. The necks look great on them. So it's a home
some
run.
sort of non-standard finishes on even the SES 30, which is the least expensive one. I mean, ice blue metallic and candy apple red.
Yes.
I mean, there's colors you don't necessarily see on guitars at that price point.
Yeah, and they're great price point guitars to begin with. What's the price point they start in?
Around $149.
Yeah.
Around
I mean,
$149
come on,
street price.
man.
Yeah, it's where it needs to be, and it's important for that price point that somebody's able to get a guitar that plays. You don't want to discourage somebody. I used to make the analogy when I was in retail. When you're first going to start driving, do you want a car that has the bad alignment, pulls to the left, the brakes don't work that well, you're setting somebody up to fail. So I think it's important with an instrument that you set somebody up to succeed.
Yes.
And you give them a comfortable instrument, a good playing instrument, a well-built instrument, and you back it with a good warranty. We do a limited lifetime on all of our guitars, and fortunately it doesn't bite us because there's not a whole heck of a lot we have to do after the fact. They're clean when they go out, and they're clean years after that if you take care of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, there might have been another brand or something that you wanted to touch on. I felt like I cut you off.
We should certainly cover Islander.
Yes.
Yeah, Islander ukuleles, as they say in Hawaii. So Islander is a fantastic company. A lot of people don't realize they're the sub-brand of Kanilea. And if you like ukuleles, you've probably seen Kanilea. I mean, they are the Taylor of the ukulele world. They're unbelievable quality. They make ukes from $800 to thousands. And Kanilea is owned by the Sousa family. You got Joe and Kristen and their 3 sons out there on Oahu. Okay. And what they've done, obviously, is they were looking for a lesser expensive uke that they can bring out, more affordable uke. So they created the Islander brand. And yes, it's an import piece, but Islander actually takes a lot of the features that from the Kanilea model. Like they have the bridge pins that go through the bridge. No bridges are going to pop off. It's very structurally sound. It's got a wider nut. You got an 1.5 inch nut instead of 1 3/8. So better string spacing, less chance of string roll off, that kind of stuff. And they got first generation Kanilea bracing system as well.
Okay.
So it's almost like a kind of an Epiphone by Gibson or a Squier by Fender analogy. It's Islander by Kanilea.
Yeah. And
it's got a genuine Hawaiian connection.
Yeah.
And when dealers get that and consumers get that, they buy it.
Yeah. No, excellent.
They've got some beautiful woods. They've got acacias and spalted maples and mango wood, all solid options. Yeah. Lots of choices,
Yeah, man, very cool. Yeah, actually, we played a few of them. I totally enjoyed it, and I think I mentioned to you before, you got the one with the Hawaii etched on the top. Just a little bit of touch to it, man. It makes it stand out. Think they're great ukuleles.
Yeah, no, they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're hitting this kind of sweet spot price-wise. I mean, they're like $129 to $329 street.
Yeah.
That's a nice step up for us from Stag. Mm-hmm. We've got the kind of the low end covered, and then we've got the mid-range covered as well. And it fits perfectly in that portfolio. Yeah.
Now, you guys obviously also provide a service. You also are very instrumental in providing OEM for a lot of people.
Yeah.
We're actually very proud to say that we get our Nashville Guitar Works accessories through you guys. We think the quality's excellent.
Thank you.
We have sold through our first round of accessories very easily, and we're eager to get more in.
I got some more coming. For you guys. It's I'm sure shipping delays and production delays have been part of some of your conversations here before. But
I think everybody's
No, it's basically stemmed from the fact that EMD has such a rooted relationship with a lot of quality factories overseas, and we just say, hey, we're going to make stuff for us, but a lot of people, be it stores, small chains, guys like yourself that want to pioneer your own brand and have it something that makes it yours, we can do that for you. We can offer that service, and it's not a ridiculous commitment. You don't have to put money in bond. You don't have to go downstairs at Winter NAMM and flirt directly with the factories. We can take care of it for you.
Yeah.
We bring it in because we know how to do this stuff. Mm-hmm. Product development is something that we've been doing for 25 years, and beyond that, when you look at the staff that handles product development for that, they're very experienced. We can do customized packaging, we can customize some products as needed, but we do a lot on guitars, we do go a lot on cables, we do basically any accessory product. We do a lot on bags, we do a lot on cases, but OEM has always been a strong part of what EMD does.
Yeah.
And we're happy to offer that service. We're glad that you guys are happy. Most of the OEM customers, I think I am really close to 100% reorder and return rate for OEM customers. They say, this is great stuff. It promotes us. It promotes our brand. It gives us a unique identity. It helps us, I've had guys that have done guitars that have endorsed local bands in their markets to put the product out there and to raise the profile of the product. And it's a great program. Like I said, people that do it come back and do it again, and they tend to expand it too. So
is that an aspect of your business, of everything that's just continuing to keep growing? And the reason why I'm asking is it seems like there's more people trying to develop brands out there, and actually, I've had more music stores tell me that they're like, oh yeah, we've got our own line of gig bags that we provide at our store now, like more than ever. So it would seem as your business would be growing, providing OEM for more and more people.
Yeah, there's a lot of demand. I mean, obviously, it's good branding. Yeah, it's good advertising for like an independent music store. If you've got a gig bag with the store's logo on it, I mean, obviously, people are carrying it around with them. It's great to advertise the store. And then for the online guys, of course, they want to develop their own brand, so they can't be shopped on it. They own the brand. They can do whatever they like with it. They can, price it however they want. Nobody's going to shop them, and it's theirs.
They can break their own maps if they want to.
They can break their own map pricing, yes. So really, it serves lots of different purposes. And, everybody's got different ideas, and, we're happy to accommodate.
Yeah.
And it's attainable. You're not committing to a full container load of product.
That's important to understand.
Yeah. I find that some of the brand names that people come up with I find are entertaining. Some people use the store name. Some people come up with their own unique thing. And I'm like, man, go ahead. You want to trademark that?
I would ask you what's the best one, but I won't do that to you.
I think I might know who you're talking about. We won't talk about that. Not here anyway.
Well, guys, the industry has been crazy, and obviously we know how it's been. Man, we're all riding at an all-time high. Music stores are doing more business than they've ever had. You guys admitted April was the best month you guys have ever had.
Well, in the last 10 years, yeah. But
in the last 10 years. Yeah. But how do you guys think this is going to go? How long do you think this will last? And people need to be preparing for and not to be like this forever?
Well, I think obviously we've seen a lot of price increases in the industry. I mean, with what we talked about, freight rates increasing like crazy, and raw materials are going up, and there's a shortage of tubes and chips and parts. Biggest concern, I guess, would be price increasing. I mean, it's going to happen, of course, but where does it stop? Hopefully things will clear up, but certainly throughout the rest of this year, probably going into Q1, Q2 next year, I think is how far ahead we're seeing it right now. But this guy's the logistics guy, so he may have a better take on that. But
my skills on predicting the future have waned a little bit. Yeah, I wish I had one. I wish I had one 6 months ago, and I could have stocked up for the surge.
The stock shortages, from what we're hearing industry-wide, are going into Q2 next year.
Okay.
Yeah, not for us. I mean, we've got product arriving, but best advice to dealers, and it sounds like a real sales pitch here, but get it on order now, because if you don't, you will not see it. There we are.
Yeah, I think conceptually, like I said earlier, there's more musicians because so many people spent time sitting at home.
Yeah.
That they pulled the guitar out of the closet, or they bought a new guitar, or a trumpet. It doesn't have to be guitar-related stuff. And as a musician myself, I've got a vested interest in people playing. I've got a vested interest in just the enjoyment that comes from it. That's why we're all in this business.
Yeah.
And that's why we do what we do. I hope it continues. I think it's going to tick down a little bit. And I think Tony's about right that it's probably maybe into Q2, Q3 next year that we see it settle down a little bit. But I think there's going to be a lasting impact of hopefully more musicians. I want to see the next generation, aspire to be in bands and to perform and to get that kind of enjoyment that we all get from doing what we do.
Yeah, in fact, I've actually I've seen I don't know how do I say this right. I've been talking all day. It's like words are starting to escape me. But like, empowering educators in music right now seems to be at an all-time high. It's like so many people are getting involved in education, the level of supporting classrooms, supporting lessons at music stores, kind of getting involved as much as they can, because I think everybody is starting to realize that teaching young people how to play musical instruments is the lifeline of the future. And I think that everybody's always understood that. But this big influx of more people, they went out and bought a guitar because they've always wanted to play something, and now they're going, oh, I guess I need to learn how to play this guitar. Yeah. That, lessons programs are growing exponentially. And so empowering educators in that whole entire side of things has become extremely important.
Yeah. No, totally. I think we're also seeing a lot more activity on social media as well.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously with the whole COVID thing, people stuck inside. What are they going to do? They produce videos, and you're seeing a lot more content on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, etc. Of people playing and doing fun stuff with musical instruments, and again, people see that and it inspires them to want to play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think live concerts, again, we were talking earlier with some people that the influx of live concerts, I think, are going to inspire people to want to play, whether it's a ukulele artist or a guitar or piano, drums, or whatever. You're going to get new waves of people who want to play. Yeah. They want to see it. It's been so long. People want to go out. They want to go the experience. They want to be a part of things, and it's going to reflect in I think, more and more of the same. Now, like you said, Andrew, I don't think it's going to last forever. There's always going to be some kind of downtick, but I think the love of music right now is going to keep pushing things forward for quite some time.
Well, it's funny, 10 years ago, we all thought the Guitar Hero was going to be the catalyst that was going to fuel our industry, and it ended up just being a video game.
Yeah.
But, and this is a weird catalyst of a pandemic that fuels our industry, but, we'll take it. The end result is what we want is players, people enjoying music, concerts, just the experience, I've never wanted to do anything different with my life, and I don't understand why other people don't think like me.
Yeah, that's right. So, guys, I don't know. I mean, it's been a great show. I mean, is there anything else you would like people to know about EMD and everything you guys provide before we wrap things up?
Well, one brand we should give a mention to is Laney, of course.
Yeah,
because it's a big one. And I mean, Laney, fantastic company, been around since 1967.
67.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that actually Lyndon Laney, the founder, he was a bass player, and he started off playing in a band called Band of Joy with John Bonham and Robert Plant.
Oh, who? I've never heard.
Never heard of them. But he went off to form this guitar amp company, a bass amp company, and they formed some other band that did quite well. And so that's back in the 60s, and Laney is 50 plus year history. And they got an unbelievable line of guitar amps, but they're not just heavy metal amps. A lot of people think, oh, Laney, that's the heavy metal company because of Tony Iommi, etc. But they make an incredible line of acoustic.
Dimebag play Laney?
No,
I don't believe so. No.
Okay, I was thinking I couldn't.
No, but they make an unbelievable line of acoustic amps. They do PA. They got their new Black Country Customs pedals that are all UK made. Yeah. Great line of pedals, unbelievable. And they just launched a new bass line called Digbeth. And people are like, well, what's Digbeth? Yeah, Digbeth is a suburb of Birmingham in England. It's an area, it's where Laney started out.
Okay, yeah.
But they're really going back to their roots, and like that's where they were formed. And there's even a bass pedal coming out called the Custard Factory, which is a compression pedal. And because Laney, when they started, were in the old Bird's custard factory. Bird's is a very famous custard brand in England, but that's why it's called the Custard Factory. You got to have some fun with it, and it's a compression pedal. But I'd encourage people to look at the whole line of Laney. I mean, the pedals are fantastic. Like I say, made in the UK. Great bass amps, great guitar amps, great acoustic amps, good line of PA. It's a full line, and we are.
Is this a recent addition?
2017.
2017.
We took it on.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just gone up and up and up since.
My favorite thing about those guys is Laney's a family-owned company.
Yeah.
It's still run by Lyndon's son, James Laney. EMD is a family-owned company. You know, it's run by the Baldocci family.
Yeah.
Once again, we're on a second-generation owner, and that helps me relate to our customers and our dealer base, because so many of the people that we work with are mom and pop, family-owned companies.
Yeah.
And we're the same. So, you know, are we operating on a different spectrum, or we're doing slightly different things? Yeah, but it's not a conglomerate, it's not a corporation, it's driven by people who, you know, are family-run businesses that you know, that want to serve the music community.
Yeah, we've touched on mostly guitar brands today, but you know, we're a company of drummers, aren't we? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Almost everybody that works for us. You know, we do have British Drum Company drums, which, if you haven't seen those high-end, beautiful drums, again, made in Britain.
Yeah.
Hence the name.
Made well in Britain.
Yeah. Drum dots, drum gel. You know, we got Cutman Music, which is a carbon fiber stick line out of Holland. We have a Timbertones picks, like Andrew mentioned earlier, HH Electronics PA, which is Laney's sister company.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Nady as well.
Yeah.
So, and Remo. Forgot to mention Remo. Sorry, Brian. Sorry,
guys,
Bob. Yeah.
yeah. You guys carry a wide variety of products. I think it's great. So anybody would benefit from partnering with EMD and providing your products in their store.
We do. I mean, we don't carry hundreds of brands like other distributors do, but the reason for that is, you know, Stag is such a wide brand. It's probably got more products than any other brand in the industry. I mean, we cover all categories pretty much, apart from keyboards. So I almost think of Stag as being almost like your generic. Yeah, I always give the analogy of Kirkland when you go to Costco. You know, it's good quality stuff at the right price point. But, you know, for the dealer, it's margin. It's a good quality kind of generic brand, if you like, and then we fit our other brands in around that to complement what we do. Yeah. So we're very kind of strategic about the brands that we bring in, but it just works.
Yeah.
Okay,
guys, I appreciate you guys stopping by. I know it's the end of the day and we're all probably tired, and it's Friday, but man, I appreciate it. We love you guys, man. We love everything that you guys do. We love partnering with you guys with the Nashville Guitar Works accessories, and hope to do a lot more. But again, thank you for stopping by, and I would love to keep it going. Maybe next year we can jump on, have another conversation, and see what else is new and what's going on. So
love to.
Thanks for having us. The love goes both ways. You're a great customer and a good group of friends, too.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe one of these times we should actually get some lunch. Food always brings things together.
I don't know. It's like beer o'clock.
It's beer o'clock. Oh, man. Beer o'clock sounds wonderful right now. So, actually, I had a whiskey and Coke last night, and I hadn't had one in a long time, and it was so good. I actually had to have another one. But you're right. I think it's about getting that time. So, I'm getting a little thirsty. So, anyways, guys, appreciate it. And, have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks for listening to the Music Retail Show.